Now to explain a few differences between the two cars. One's a 2CV, one's a Dyane. Apart from the physical difference, the Dyane is a hatchback and the 2CV is not. They both got the same chassis, both got a 602 engine. Joe's 2CV has drum brakes all round, and that is original for when it was manufactured, and the Dyane has drum brakes on the back and disc brakes on the front. Joe's engine has the heavier of the two flywheels fitted to a 602cc engine. The Dyane has a lightened flywheel fitted, and we just happen to have one in the workshop, so we fitted it. And the lightened flywheel is a normal flywheel what's been machined down to make it thin and light. What's the point of that, you would say? The difference is, with a lightened flywheel, the engine will rev quicker, while the heavier flywheel can carry momentum for longer because he's got the weight in the flywheel spinning. James from Practical Classics decided to tag along with us, and he's doing a story on my son Jacob and Joe and 007, two young lads with their classic 2CV driving to the French Alps, doing ice racing and then driving all the way back home. I think it'd make a really good story. The ice racing is taking part at the top of Alpe d'Huez, and Alpe d'Huez is probably the most famous cycling climb in the Tour de France. And the race circuit is 1,800 metres above sea level, in old money, 5,900 feet. Hiya folks, thanks for watching this video. This is just a quick reminder for you to subscribe to our newsletter. There's a link below. You'll also receive our free ebook, the 2CV Buyer's Guide, and it's the best way for keeping up to date what's going on at the 2CV shop. Now, back to the video. Now the day started on Saturday morning at 7:30 with the race briefing and plenty of croissants to eat. By the way, they're the best croissants I've ever had, and you can imagine I've had quite a few. Racing started at 8 o'clock to 11. There are a total of 35 2CVs taking part this year in 5 groups. After the racing finishes at 11 o'clock, there is a French lunch at midday, and then the racing resumes at 5 p.m. to 9. The reason it resumes at 5 o'clock for is not because we're all too drunk to drive the cars, is that the owner of the race circuit does not want us racing on ice in the warmest part of the day because it will ruin the track. Now, it is a regularity race, and that means you set the time in the morning, then when we race on Saturday night and Sunday morning, we have got to match our own times, so you're not racing against each other. To be honest, Joe and Jacob, it's all about just having fun. So I don't even know where we came placed, probably close to last, but that's not what we went for. It was just pure fun. There is a prize for the best fancy dress. And as you see, there's a number of people dressed up, and they also dressed the cars up. And if you look closely, you'll see some nuns walking around and driving a 2CV. Now, I thought they was in fancy dress, but not. They're actually 4 nuns from Normandy in France. And one of the nuns' mums passed away recently. She left her old 2CV. So she wanted to do something a bit special in it to remember her mum. So here they are, doing ice racing. This is Jack having his practice lap in a normal petrol 2CV, as he didn't want to go out for the first time in the one-off 4-wheel drive electric Burton and drive it into a snowbank. It wouldn't be a good start or end to the video. The two chaps stood next door to the Burton. They drove that all the way from Holland with no roof. They must be mad as a box of frogs. This is Jack in the Burton going out for the first time. The Burton is a one-off prototype, 4-wheel drive, and it has 2 studded tyres on the front and 2 snow tyres on the back. Being electric, the throttle response is very quick. So if you're not careful, you can easily spin the back end out. I convinced James Walsh from Practical Classics to have a go in the petrol-powered 2CV buggy from Cassis. To say he wasn't 100% committed, that is an understatement. He went for it. And in fairness to him, he done a good job, saying that was his first time on ice in the 2CV.
Hey, our folks, we're with James Walsh. Hey! That's it, nice and slow for this one. Everybody's watching us. Look at this, bloody first time out in ice racing. Are we going for an overtake? This was not how I expected you to drive, to be frankly honest, mate. But you're good, don't get me wrong. I feel safe.
Yeah, glad to hear it, even though I got you very wet. This is very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Trying to get around this lovely beach coma now. Hoping we can avoid crashing into him.
There we go.
Sorry, starboard, Daniel.
Sit back and relax and enjoy this montage of 2CV ice racing.
Whoa, fuck me. Shit, that's a lot closer than I wanted it to be.
Nothing more French, is there?